this is Danielle over at DIYDanielle.com, and I've got a little girl that's has a birthday coming up here this weekend, and I'm trying to make a gift for her. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a big floor pillow for her, and I'm going to embroider her name on one side. The size of my fabric is 23.5 inches by 33.5 inches, and I've got the main fabric, which I'm using the rest of my frozen fabric, which was well, some of the rest of the fabric that I had used for my art tote, and then I'm using a coordinating pink fabric on the back, and then of course I'll need some fill for it as well. I wanted to embellish my the plain side, so what I decided to do is add a pocket to the bottom. Well, I guess this will be the bottom of the pillow, but she can flip it over as much as she wants. She could probably tuck a book in here or something. So I serged all around the edges of the pocket, or the fabric I'm using for my pocket. I turned over this top edge and sewed it down. Now I pinned this. I would have ironed it, but this fabric doesn't iron very well. So I pinned it, and then I'm going to place it on this and sew it directly on. So I'm just sewing around these 3 edges, and you can pin it on to the fabric you're putting on, of course. And then that part will be done, so this side will be done. I also added the little girl's name, and I'm going to add some ribbon to the front, but I'll show you that in a minute. Here's my pocket all sewn on to this side, my embroidery. On this piece of fabric, I'm going to add some ribbon. So I'm just going to pin this ribbon down. I'm going to use the same color thread to sew this on. I really don't know how to sew ribbon properly, but I'm just going to sew straight stitches around there. And I'm going to do the same thing with this piece of ribbon on the other corner. Alrighty. So I had this pinned, but I've been removing the pins as I sew the first side down. And what I'm doing is just sewing right along here, because you can see that's where there were, you can see that's where there was already some, somebody had sewed along to make the ribbon. So I'm just sewing right along the same spot. There we are. Okay, and this is what it looks like with the ribbon sewn on. So the only thing we have left is to face this one and this right sides together, pin them, and then I'm going to serge all the way around. You don't need to serge, you can actually use your sewing machine, and just sew all the way around, leaving a small hole probably here, so maybe like that big, and you're gonna, so you'll sew right all the way around, leave a small hole, and then once you're done sewing it all, you pull it through that hole. Everything pulls through that. You flip it right sides out. You iron it, and then you can stuff in your fill. I'm going to show you all of that in a minute. Okay, here we go. I serged all the way around the insides, and I left a small opening. I turned it, so we're right sides out here. I'm going to iron it. I don't make sure you poke all the little ends out on the edges. And I'm going to iron it, and then I'm going to use my fill to fill it up, and then I'll stitch this closed. Okay, so here's your polyester fiber fill. You can get this at the store. Not sure how much I'll need, but I have another bag of it somewhere. So here I am. I'm just filling it up. You kind of fill it to however much you want in there. I mean, I think having it all the way full is probably a good idea for a floor pillow, but I'll show you what mine looks like and how much I stuff it after I'm done. I just kind of eyeball it and say, okay, well, this is what I would want to lay on. But, you know, it's up to you. Hey, all right. What I ended up doing is actually top stitching around it, which if you're going to do that, I recommend top stitching before you stuff it, and then just finishing top stitching the area that you're closing up the hole from when you turned it. So just a heads up. It's a lot easier if you do that. So here it is. It's one side, and here's the other side. So she's got her her pocket here, her name, and as you can see, the ribbons, and I really like it. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm trying to build up my YouTube channel, and thanks so much. Take care.